Hello and welcome to Mabinda TV. This is home of Providence Conservatism, where we advocate for a fine balance between individual creative genius excellence as afforded by capitalism and society excellence as afforded by equality of opportunity. So in essence, we are calling for capitalism with a human first, that is capitalism with a human first. So now this is Remaking America. In this segment, they will be Remaking America. Then, of course, in ideas, how do we promote science journalism? And then in Bible study, how do we obey the Ten Commandments? So basically, in Bible study, how do we obey the Ten Commandments? So basically, are American elite colleges, so they are caught between a rock and a hard place. How do they promote freedom of expression? How do they abhor hate in all its forms, but also promote freedom of expression? So basically, freedom of expression. You heard the Harvard president saying that basically she has to balance. Harvard has to balance between staying abhorring hate in all its forms, including antisemitism, and of course also promoting freedom of expression. And of course, when she was asked by the New York Congresswoman Stephanie, she said that basically it depends in the context if Harvard promotes genocide against Jews. So I think for now, these universities, I think maybe they have to discuss their relationship with donors. These universities have to weigh the relationship they have with donors, because you have a lot of donors withdrawing, and I think you have a lot of gift officers shying away from these institutions. And I think you had a donor to UPenn. I think they had wanted to construct $100 million Center for Innovation. You had he rescinded his gift to University of Pennsylvania because the university had not done enough to combat anti-Semitism. And of course, some say that the three presidents of Harvard, MIT, and UPenn, they were prepped by a leading law firm in order to answer the questions that they were being grilled on. So I think for now, these universities have to find that balance between promoting free speech, which is sacred, which an academic institution considers as sacred, versus abhorring hate in all its forms, versus curbing hate in all its forms. And I think that's something that I think a lot of these universities will find a very hard line. Of course, I'm saying some turned around and said if it was black genocide that was being called around, these presidents would have combated it a long time ago. They would have issued very strong statements against maybe black genocide on these campuses, but they are not willing to do more in terms of genocide against Jews. Of course, you have Jewish students saying after President Gay, after she addressed Congress, you have Jewish students saying they don't feel safe at Harvard. Basically, you had Jewish students saying they don't feel safe at Harvard. And I think, therefore, how do these universities balance between promoting freedom of expression, promoting free speech, versus combating hate in all its forms? And I think maybe going forward, then these universities, remember, they just lost a case on affirmative action, where it was deemed that racial quotas in these universities were deemed illegal. That is, the racial quotas in these universities were deemed illegal. And of course, some have said that these elite universities are centers of liberal indoctrination. I think that is what has been said, that these are centers. These are liberal indoctrination means basically the American elite colleges. And I think a lot of Republicans are paying for blood because they know these are liberal centers, basically these American elite colleges such as Harvard, Yale, Princeton, MIT, Stanford, that they are centers of liberal indoctrination. So you can see the Republicans since they are going for blood, they want to put controls on these elite colleges. But someone will say these colleges have no room to play at all in a conflict that is taking thousands of miles away, because of course you have the Israel, you have the Israel-Hamas conflict, and I think then in the Israel-Hamas conflict. So basically, why does Howard have to continue to do with that then? But I think they draw funds students and faculty from all over the world, and maybe at the very least they should have maybe condemned the list. Of course, this all came after a group of Harvard students co-signed a letter blaming Israel for the Hamas attacks. Of course, which killed about 1,200 people. Of course, the subsequent retribution, the subsequent counter-attacks have killed about 17,000 Palestinians. And I think for now, these colleges, then they really need to be able to curb hate in all its forms, but also be able to promote free speech. And I think for now, these colleges then maybe they are trying hard, but I think it's very hard balancing act. And I think a lot of students maybe will not be applying to these colleges. You had a lot of employers in these colleges rescinding the job offers. You had a lot of employers in these colleges rescinding the job offers. Over, I think you had the leading law firms. Basically rescinding job offers they are given to these graduates. But I think what then will happen, is that maybe I think maybe this is good for the higher education sector, because I think every high school student thinks that for you to succeed, you have to go to Harvard. For you to emerge for you to have a good career, for you to have a good job, then you need to you have to go to Harvard or Yale or Princeton or MIT. But then I think maybe the other question that has to be asked is that these colleges are turning into professional schools. Maybe the loss of the arts and the humanities means you cannot engage in rigor of debate. Maybe it has been said that the beauty about the arts and the humanities, even as they are being slashed in a lot of colleges, is that it teaches students on how to think, on how to have debate, on how to be better human beings. But as a lot of colleges are cutting budgets for the classics department, literature department, history department, then a lot of these colleges are finding it very, very hard to survive. And I think maybe that's the importance of having arts and humanities degrees, not just professional. I think about a third of the students, the most popular graduation, the most popular job market for these students at these colleges, I think, is going to work for hedge funds or finance and high finance and consulting. Maybe going to work for hedge fund managers. And maybe the other question you need to ask, are these hedge fund managers that are giving a lot of these donations to American elite colleges, these hedge fund managers, do they add value to society? These hedge fund managers, do they really add any value to society? Maybe that's what we need to ask. And I don't think right now they are adding any value to society. And they are the ones who are up in arms saying that basically they are up in arms saying that these elite colleges should do more to combat anti-Semitism. So this has been this has been the Making America. So I will move over to ideas, and in ideas, how do we promote science journalism? That is, in ideas, I'm asking how do we promote science journalism, because there has never been a time when that is, science has been so enormous. You have a lot of so the scientific inventions have made life more and more easier, and they have created a lot of jobs. These inventions, of course, are the attendant problems along the way, but that's a story for another day. And then, of course, so why are more people getting dumped? Why are more people getting dumped down, and they cannot participate in the deep science issues of the day? And I think there was a headline in a European newspaper where there was a space vehicle that was being launched to maybe outer layers of the sun, and then of course you had a celebrity eclipsing that. You had a celebrity eclipsing that, a celebrity salacious gossip eclipsing that. So I think for now we need science journalism. I think we need to solve the toughest issues of the day, the toughest challenges of the day. They need scientific solutions. Look at hunger, look at poverty. They need scientific solutions. So why is science journalism not up there? Even as, and I think even as celebrities have been made famous by scientific inventions such as the mobile phone, such as computers, such as radio, such as the internet. But then again, it is the same celebrities that are dumbing down science. I think for now they have dumped science. So what I will advocate for then is maybe to maybe increase the budgets for science journalism. But I think the newspapers themselves, the media houses themselves are barely surviving in the age of the platforms which scar their content for free. So I think for now, maybe what can happen then is to have science journalism maybe have it be like when you are giving a child medicine, maybe you pour it in when you are giving child medicine. Then you basically what you do is to maybe pour it into a spoon. Then you sprinkle sugar on top. You mix. Then you give it to the child. So they take both the sweetness of the sugar and the bitterness of the medicine. And so I think also for science journalism, what they can do maybe is to learn creative writing skills so that they can write good stories that so that someone can have quick digestible bits so that they can take the parts of science that will help them in their lives. And I think the society will be better if there were more people that were better informed in science matters. And I think there was a report that someone had discovered a magnetic relay energy source that was about 1,000 times more efficient than oil, even more efficient than this lithium-ion battery. So I think for now, science journalism has to percolate maybe, and I think maybe the reason why people love making love or sex so much is not for its pleasure. I don't think it is also. It is because they can all contribute to that topic. And I think for science journalism then is to break down its hard technical details, to break down it into little digestible units so that everyone has an opinion. And I think for an editor, what they love most about a story is not that everyone agrees with the story. What they love most about a story is that everyone has an opinion about it. And I think that's what we can do to science journalism, so that you have everyone agreeing to that. We have everyone agreeing to science, to different perspectives, and I think that is what will drive debate on science. Look at the current AI debate. It is being debated in very narrow echo chambers of tech billionaires, and I think very few academic departments, whereas it should be a subject that should be in the mainstream. And I think for that then, what needs to happen then is to just break down the hard technical details of science into little digestible units that you can swallow. Maybe as you go and visit your favorite celebrity page, and I think that's what could happen and make science really to percolate down to every bit, to make science percolate down to everyone among us. And I think it will be better for us. Look, if everyone had an idea about science, our students would be inspired. How do we know? Maybe the cure for cancer could come from someone who is watching celebrity movies, whilst they could be invested in trying to find out what kind of maybe a solution we have for cancer. I'm not saying that everyone should become a nerd. Far from it. I'm just saying everyone should at least be invested. Should be invested in the deep issues of the day, not just celebrities. The celebrities are dumping us down very much. They are sucking away our energy. So celebrities should not just be our main focus. And I think if everyone had an idea about the deep issues of the day, the deep scientific issues of the day, and then the society will be better for it. There will be better solutions that will come. More inventions will be there. More scientific research will be carried out. I think a lot of governments will have agreed that that would have amounted to maybe more output, research output that would have solved the deep issues of the day. Of course, someone will say that maybe these tech billionaires never were science materials, but remember there are million other graduates that are helping the world solve the toughest issues of the day. These issues about, of course, college degrees has always been there, whether it is really worth it. You have Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, saying that maybe we just need even high school is not necessary at all, that we just need elementary education alone, let alone high school or even college for that matter. But I think these issues, I think for every college dropout, I think you have a million scientists, college graduates that are helping shape the world, that are helping research in the world, research into the deepest, the diseases that are plaguing us every day, research into the top issues of the day. And I think if this happens, then that is the way to develop top scientific inventions that then will come and help humanity solve its toughest challenges. So that's ideas for now. And then in Heart and Soul, in Bible study, I'm looking at the Ten Commandments, and of course in the Ten Commandments they are found in Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 to Exodus chapter 20, verse 1 to 5, and I will read. Then God said, I am the Lord your God. I led you out of the land of Egypt where you were slaves. These are the commands I give you. You must not worship any other gods except me. So why is it that we love idolatry? Why are we worshipping other gods that is not the God supreme being? And I think if we love God that much, why? And idolatry does not mean going into the occult or maybe worshipping other gods, or going into the occult, or maybe going into devil worship, or going into maybe Freemasonry or Illuminati. Worshipping idolatry could be as much as worshipping celebrities. So that's it for now. This has been Mabina TV. This is home of Providence Conservatism, where we advocate for a fine balance between individual creative genius excellence as afforded by capitalism and society excellence as afforded by equality of opportunity. So in essence, we are calling for capitalism with a human first, that is capitalism with a human first.